Well, welcome to the Old Classic Car channel, and today's review is for a Driving Tips for Volvo Cars catalogue produced by Volvo in April of 1971. On the cover is a Volvo 144 Saloon. Of course, the 140 series replaced the 120 Amazon series in about 1970ish, something like that. I think the Amazon went out of production, and this was the forerunner of the 244, which became the 240 and the 260, and really cemented Volvo's reputation for safety and boxy car styling that lived with them for decades afterwards. So this really is just a publication that was given out to Volvo owners to help them acclimatise to their new car, drive it properly and drive safely. Safety being Volvo's watchword then and now. So let's have a quick look inside and just see what we can find. This particular catalogue dates back to when our family car was a 144S four-door saloon, and this dates to when Dad owned that particular car. The car's long gone, SNE 57K, but this particular catalogue and a brochure, which I've got over the way, are the only surviving memories of it. So let's go and have a look inside and just see what tips Volvo had for the Volvo motorist. The purpose of this booklet is to provide you with some important driving tips. More detailed information can be obtained from the instruction book. There's the interior of the 140 series. There were several evolutions of the 140 as it continued over the years, different style front ends. The bumpers got heavier as the years rolled by, and these were mirrored on the 6-cylinder 164, which sold alongside the 4-cylinder 140 range. So let's carry on. Get to know your car well. Know just where to find the instrument and controls. Adjust your seats to the most comfortable position, and don't forget the rear view mirror. Of course, you got fully adjustable seats. Volvo made a big deal of their very orthopedically friendly designed seats. Forwards, backwards, lumbar support adjustment, squab, backrest inclination, and so on. The driver's seat on the 164 has a control for regulating the seat height. Obviously the 140 owner didn't benefit from such luxuries. Warm or cold, just as you wish. Adjust the air temperature with temp. Regulate airflow to windscreen with defr. This one here. Regulate airflow to floor with floor. If there is mist on the windows, set the fan and defrost the controls on full and switch on the rear window heating. Cool air during hot summer days can be obtained through the ventilator openings at the sides, but remember to shut off the fan at the same time. Here's a gentleman enjoying the wafting temperature from his very efficient Volvo heating. And over here, for safety's sake, yes, we weren't going to get far before safety received a mention. Always use the safety belt. It's so easy to adjust. You extend the belt by first slackening the upper strap and then by pulling the adjuster handle, because these weren't the inertia reel type of belts. I also remember these here that you didn't have a metal catch on the end of the belt. It was just the loop of the belt, and that went underneath a metal piece that folded down and clicked into place, and then you'd release it with these levers here. You shorten the belt by pulling the upper strap. The 164 is adjusted automatically, so that must have had the inertia reel belts, whereas this was the 140, the 144, etc. Good heavens. Right, starting. If the engine is cold, pull out the choke all the way. When it has started, push in the choke until the engine is idling smoothly. Then gradually push it in more as the engine becomes warmer. Fairly basic stuff. Drive for as short a period as possible with the choke out. The Volvo has air preheating. If the engine is hot, depress the gas pedal lightly while switching on the engine at the same time. So handy hints. And here we have running in instructions. A new car, of course, should be run in at first. This increases its lifetime. Easy on the gas pedal. Don't drive with the gas pedal on the floor. Avoid dragging, low speed, high gear. Follow the running in speeds recommended. Yes. Right. Keep an eye on the instruments. They will keep you up to date on how the car is running, so you won't be surprised if anything should happen. The red field on the fuel gauge is to remind you that it's time to fill the tank again. You know, of course, that it's alright if the temperature gauge pointer is in the red dash field when you are driving in the town or idling during warm weather. So So even if the needle crept into here, that was still okay, apparently. If any of the warning lamps go on, stop and look for the reason. Okay, gear changing. Always change so that the engine is at the right speed. 4-speed gearbox, reverse off up here, just like on the Amazon. So, overdrive. Don't engage the overdrive if the speed is below 70 kilometers an hour, 43 miles per hour. Engaging and disengaging can take place directly without having to touch the clutch pedal. You feel a slight jerk, but the changeover is, as you know, smoother if you tramp a little lightly on the clutch pedal. And automatic transmission, again, column shift for the automatic, column shift for the overdrive, but of course it was a floor change for the main gearbox. Automatic transmission. Normal driving is done with the selector in the D position, but you know, of course, that you can change manually to a certain extent. Handy hints for the Volvo driver. Okay, we have a Volvo 144, or 142 actually, it's only a 2-door. So let's see what we have here. When you're driving and it is muggy, wet and cold, the brake linings will probably be rather wet. You can warm them up easily by lightly applying the foot brake pedal now and again. This will give you a smarter braking response. This of course also applies when you're driving off after washing your car. Okay, jolly good. And then loading capacity. Of course Volvos were renowned for being good tow cars. Never overload your car. You know of course about the following weights. And we've got the max permissible trailer weights here for the 120, the 140 and the 164 and the P1800E, the coupe. Maximum roof load 100 kilograms. Sturdy stuff. And maximum loads without the driver, again for the 120, 140, 164 and the P1800E. Right. When filling the fuel tank, of course these are all petrol, no diesels offered. So we've got the B20A and the E engine. We've got the B20B and the B30A. The B30 was the 6-cylinder engine in the 164 Saloon. So make sure you got the right octane rating. And check these also now. Check your oil, check the coolant, the brake fluid, windscreen washer, and every second visit the battery and the tyres. And every now and again have a look at the windscreen wiper blades, make sure they're not splitting. The MOT one won't be happy and they won't work very well. Headlamp glasses, cable terminals and cables, bulbs. This will ensure greater reliability. Make sure that you have bulbs and fuses in reserve. Wise words. Here we go. There's that young lady again, washing her Volvo, and there's a chap walking past looking on admiringly at the car, I assume. Always try to keep your car clean, both inside and out, and don't forget the engine compartment. Make a particular point of flushing down your car when you've driven it on salty roads, and don't forget underneath the car. I mean, Volvos were pretty sturdy, but it's not unknown for box sections to rust under here, rear arches and so on. So let's keep a look over here. And service inspections, of course. Hand your car into your Volvo dealer for the 10,000 kilometre, 6,000 miles service inspection. Rest assured it will be given a thorough going over. This will pay dividends in the long run, lower running costs and longer lifetime. And that was Volvo's running tips catalogue for April 1971, aimed at owners of 120s, P1800s, 140s and 160s cars. I hope that was of interest. There are a few other Volvo items planned for this particular channel, so if you like your old Volvos and classic cars in general, please subscribe, give the video a like if this was of interest, and please keep watching the channel, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.